Hello there everyone, this is Brother Birch. In this video I will be introducing your week 3 team activity, parsing JSON. Okay, so the goal for this is to become familiar with JSON, how to deserialize it, basically go through it and put it into objects or collections. Okay, so understanding JSON, make sure to have done your reading for the week, but here's what JSON looks like. So if I have an array of numbers or an array of strings or an array of Booleans, I can put all of these into JSON. Now I could have a massive JSON object that has a bunch of arrays, a bunch of objects, a bunch of other variables, whatever data type they may be. But JSONs can get really big, and they can store pretty much anything in them that you want to have stored. JSON does stand for JavaScript Object Notation, and so I can go through, I can create a player, and I can set different values of that player. So in this case, our goal for this activity is to work with our players and modify different attributes of the player using JSON. Okay, so if I was going to have something like this, the JSON representation of it would look like this. Now, very frequently when you see JSON, you wouldn't necessarily see it formatted like this. You'd probably see a new line. So health would be on its own line, mana would be on its own line, can fly would be on its own line. But this is syntactically correct as well. Now, once we have JSON, we can use the Google JSON library. Now, if you don't know how to use this, here's what you have to do. Okay, create a new command line project in IntelliJ. After the project loads, add the JSON library from Maven. So if I was just going to Google, so this should be what we have, but let's go ahead and search for that. So if I just say Google JSON library Maven, you can see Maven Repositories is the first thing that comes up, and you can see this right here, com.google.code.json, looks really similar to that right there. Look at that. Okay, and so I would just want to grab one of these. Let's say I just grab the latest, and I would have to put this into my project. So here's my pom.xml. I'm not going to show you guys any of these until my walkthrough video of this, but at least to help you guys get started, when you create a new Maven project, so you notice in the instructions here, it said create a new project or new command line project in IntelliJ. After the project loads, let's see. So the way you're going to create this project, let's go ahead. Let me show you real quick. So I would come into File, New Project, and I want to have Maven selected. Okay, I'd hit Next. I'd go through this. If you have a group ID, I would just name this whatever you're going to name your packages. So I would just name both of these Birch in my case. Hit Next. It'll ask you where you want to save it and so forth. But when you make a new Maven project, it'll come with this pom.xml in it, and it'll have most of this stuff in it. It won't have this right here. So the code that came from this Maven repository, it's just this single dependency right here. Notice that is inside of a dependencies attribute inside of this XML file. So you're going to have this dependencies and then the Google JSON dependency in there that you import from the Maven repository website. Okay. Once you have that, you should be able to use JSON. Test that the library has been installed correctly by using the JSON class in main. Okay, we'll import it. You can just test out this code. If that doesn't run, then you know that you have something wrong with your pom.xml file. Okay, and then we're going to use it. Okay, refer to the JSON tutorials here. Create a class definition for a class called player. Has the properties health, mana, and gold. And then you just kind of go through it. So hopefully this will be enough to kind of get you guys started. If you have any questions, please let me know.